I had a boyfriend that wouldn't use straws because he thought it was not manly.
They don't want to suck on nothing.
They can't put it in their mouth this way.
We can't even eat bananas regularly.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? You better break that banana because that thing come by the mouth.
Oh, I do it on purpose.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Big Mood.
Yeah.
Today we have our returning guest host
In the house.
Nikki Blades.
Guest ho.
Thank you.
Guest host.
It's always a pleasure being in the household. Thank you for having me again.
Welcome to the household.
What's up, ho?
Yes.
So who are we missing?
We're missing Gina.
Yeah.
Today we typically shoot 4 episodes in a day because we all have other lives, you know. So Gina's actually out getting her titties redone.
Yeah, she's getting new boobs.
She was up for a redo on her tits, and so we'll be happy to have Gina back with her new tits later on.
We will showcase them later.
Right.
But in the meantime, enjoy these
these big naturals.
boobies.
She got the big natties over here.
Thank you.
They were actually
Natties.
discussing how to make cleavage earlier, and I was
Yes.
like, can't relate. Cannot relate.
Yeah, I've never had cleavage ever. Actually, one time, this is a very embarrassing story. My ex, when I was like 21 years old, he was always talking about girls with big titties, right? And I'm obviously the flat-chested one. So I, one night, wanted to try to impress him. We were going to go out. So I took my tiny little titties and I shoved those bitches up as high as I could. I duct taped them together. They were like they were suffocating. And they were as high as I could get them. And then I filled in my bra with a bunch of shit and I made it look like I had like D size just with my tiny little A cup shoved all the way up to my neck. And he was like, "What are you doing?"
Oh, no. That's so sad.
It was really embarrassing because I was like, I just wanted to look cute in this dress. So I like shoved my tits up as high as I could. He's like, "But I know it's all empty in there."
Oh,
so.
man. That's so mean.
You couldn't even appreciate the effort.
Yeah, the effort.
Damn.
Yeah.
He just liked you for who you were.
No, he really didn't.
Never mind. I tried.
But-
Sorry, asshole.
But yeah, so don't try to front.
Is that the guy
them.
that cheated on you?
Yeah, he definitely cheated on me.
That
Oh,
guy.
yeah.
I think
Bird him.
all of my boyfriends cheated on me except for 2 of them.
It's always the ones you try the most with that are cheating assholes.
Yeah, when you're trying to be like a pick me, like they don't respect you.
They can smell it.
They smell it.
They smell the
That's true.
desperation. So
You're an A cup though?
yeah.
Damn, I thought we were kind of the same size, but I've always been like between a B and C.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
you always say you don't have boobs, but you have boobs.
I'm looking at
Just
boobs.
said.
There's boobs there.
Yeah, I see
even
boobs
this
on her.
Yeah.
They're A cup,
Huh.
I think. I don't know. Anyway, this isn't a fucking Victoria's Secret test your booby
Dude,
size.
Victoria's Secret used to have those hella padded bras.
Oh, and I wore
those
the
made me
bombshell
look like I
bombshell
had
one.
huge
Yeah.
boobs.
When I worked at Hooters, that was all bombshell bra.
Yeah, it took a lot of guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had no reason wearing that shit. I was literally like, I fall asleep in class on my boobs.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
Wear a neck pillow.
Yeah,
neck rest.
It's a neck rest.
I wear them to the airport. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes that's how I got all
Also
my
a
boyfriends.
flotation device.
Yeah,
So
never
funny.
drowning. So get you some.
Okay, well, anyways, this episode, I found an article because, you know, that's how I do. And I wanted to discuss with you guys, this is men are sharing things other men do that piss them off. And I thought that was a pretty interesting take.
Yeah.
Even though we don't have any men here to speak their mind, you know, we have them
behind the camera.
We have them in
Maybe they
text.
can nod at us if that's the truth.
Yeah, we do have a male behind the camera over here, so he can give us
Not just
maybe
any male.
It's your husband.
My husband.
Ooh, did you hear that
husband is
song?
on set.
Did you hear that? She said, "Excuse me."
Yeah.
Put some respect on
He's
it.
not just anyone.
Yeah.
He's a special man.
I guess he's a special one. I don't
Special man
know.
in my life.
There are husbands in this house. They don't count.
There are 2 husbands in this house.
There are 2 husbands.
Nikki's husband is somewhere in the back
yeah,
as well.
he's somewhere probably doing crypto
That did sound
moves.
nice. So I don't have a husband,
There's
but
some
that
husbands
sounded
in this
nice.
house. Husbands in the house. Husbands in this house.
Nikki's husband's in the house. I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Ah.
It was like a visualization, like
Right.
you're
It does have a
manifesting.
good ring to it.
It did.
Yeah. It might be coming soon.
Did you
never
see
know.
a picture in your head? Like
Oh, yeah. Who
a
popped in your
face?
head?
If someone popped in your head, you know.
That's
let's proceed with our
Okay.
conversation.
Anyways.
that means there's multiple ones watching.
Oh.
Excuse me, Nikki.
Excuse me, Nikki.
Just because you have a husband don't mean that you gotta out my future ones.
All my future ones.
Not singular.
My future ex and future
Yeah.
You know what
one.
I'm saying?
Her first and her second husband are
Yo,
waiting.
we planning ahead over here.
They're in the wings.
All right, here's the first one. Let's see. I haven't even really read through these, so I don't know if they're good or not, but we'll see. Okay, so the first guy says, so this is coming from a man, what annoys him about other men. Having to know everything or out-expert each other. When did it become unmanly to say, I don't know?
Dude, true.
Have you guys experienced that with men never being able to say they don't know
Yes.
something?
Yeah.
It's really annoying. It's like, it's okay to say you don't know. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah. Steve sometimes will do this, but this is different because there's guys that are know-it-all guys that I'm just like so annoyed by and like can't stand to be around. Steve does this thing where he is confidently wrong. He straight up doesn't know, but he doesn't know he doesn't know. He literally thinks he knows and he's just wrong and so adamantly wrong.
That's
And,
exactly what he's saying. Having to know everything.
Yeah, but he legit thinks he knows, but then later I'm like, no, that was
ignorant
wrong.
to the fact that he doesn't know.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, well, shit, I didn't know I was wrong.
That's a little endearing. That's like kind of sweet.
It's cute. It's not like the guys that are like, no, it's no. Let me tell you, I'll tell you why too, because blah, blah, blah,
So
blah,
then
blah,
once
blah.
he finds out he's wrong, he'll admit that he's
Yeah,
wrong.
yeah. He'll
Okay.
be like, oh, fuck.
That example of when they list examples to back up the reasoning why they know what they're saying is right. Man, for the most part, I'm wrong all the time. And I know that. But I don't like to be corrected. So if he is a know-it-all and he's correcting me on the one thing I know,
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, there's just one thing. You're right on everything else. Let me have one.
Yeah.
You don't have to be right all the time. Just let me have it. I know it's not a Jack in a Box bag and it's an Arby's bag, but just let it be a Jack in a Box bag right now. just let it be.
You know what's my favorite part though? Because you could tell when they don't know because as they're saying the answer, they're kind of stumbling on their own words. Where they're like trying to find what they're trying to say, but they have to say something as if they know it, but they don't know it, and you just see right through it, and you're like, it's okay. You can say you don't know.
Aw, Tiff.
It's okay. It's okay.
Okay, baby.
It's like I didn't know anything I've been talking about for the last 30 minutes, but I feel like I'm comfortable enough with you to let you know that.
I feel like this is probably more annoying like in the corporate world or something where like if you're working alongside
Men?
like, yeah, especially like in front of the bosses and stuff, like there's never a wrong answer or an I don't know. There's always just fill in the blanks with something. You better know something.
Is this in the same universe as mansplaining?
I think that's different.
It's a little different,
well,
right?
I don't think
It
men
feels
notice
similar.
other men mansplaining very often,
True.
probably. So I think just like this guy who's, I guess, complaining about other men, that annoys him. Like maybe even he's like, well, I actually do know more about cars than you are. You acting like you know that.
Right.
Like just because is it just like a thing that guys always have to like, they have to know the answer? Like,
Or
they
like
already
you say
know
something
it.
like, yeah, I knew that, but
Yeah,
like,
I know that, yeah.
What's crazy is that this is going to be one of those conversations where it's like, I'm not that guy. There's going to be people commenting on it because we know this
Denial.
isn't for everybody.
I don't even think that your husband is that guy because I've heard
No.
Casey say,
Yeah.
I don't know. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like he'll be like, I don't know.
I think I mean, I for sure he does say that, but I think I get the credit why he says it now. 'Cause he would not say it before. Like before, it was.
So
right?
you trained
am
him
I,
to say,
am
"I
I
don't
alone
know."
in this, Casey? Are you gonna nod or are you gonna shake your head?
Good answer.
He pled the fifth. That's just what happened. He pled the fifth.
Yeah.
Well, to defend Steve a little bit, he does that, and I think it's endearing. But he is like the first one to say he doesn't know when he actually knows that he doesn't know
Yeah.
something. He will say, "I don't know."
No, yeah, that was him too. Like
Yeah.
back in
Yeah.
the day when he would always like still have an answer for something, and I'm like, it's okay if you don't know.
Yeah.
He'll eventually, once he realizes he was wrong, he would easily admit that he didn't know.
Yeah.
But it's the initial reaction that it's
They
like
feel
you
like they have to
know
know.
it. And I'm like, it's okay. You don't have to know this.
I would hate to be the guy next to that guy that's always right in front of the boss. And you're like, I don't want to compete with you, but if I don't say something, do I look like I don't know?
Yeah.
Even though I do know. Like, how do guys in those settings deal with that? Like you said, like in a corporate setting, and the boss is there, and you're almost like in competition, and that's what I feel like. It's constant competition.
Yeah.
And do you pick and choose? Maybe with your girls, it's different because I would say like a lot of the guys we know that aren't trying to sleep with us or that we already sleep with, they're like, yeah, we could tell you like, stop. You don't have to do that. Or they're like our guy friends. They're like, Mitch, I don't know. Because they're not trying to impress us.
Yeah.
But how would you be like next to the know-it-all?
Right.
Yeah. I kind of feel like I am sort of like a know-it-all.
I wasn't gonna say
So
that.
I'm like, is that a man thing or is that just a specific
I
personality
think
thing?
it's a personality thing.
Yeah.
Because like I feel like I have an answer for everything, almost everything.
Same.
You know what?
So-
I didn't
and I'll
notice
let you
that
know
about
it,
you,
too.
but now that you mention it, Now I realize that is true.
But you know what? You
About
worked
me?
in a lot of
it was
corporate.
kind of like the glass shattered for me. Like I didn't realize that before, but now.
But you're like, oh yeah, you're a total fucking know-it-all.
when you brought up the corporate setting, it was like you worked in corporate
I think
settings.
maybe I got trained into it.
Yeah,
a little,
you got socialized to be
Yeah.
a know-it-all with the other guys that are know-it-alls.
Yeah.
My worst thing is I hate when guys lecture me on something that I know about already.
Honey, don't get me started.
But I think that's why I've been vindicating myself on the poker table, because there are fucking dudes that will, like, if I lose a hand, people lose hands all the time. You know, like guys go in big and they lose a hand. If I lose a hand, though, a big pot.
You stupid girl.
Oh yeah, I'll get lectured by the older guys, like, you shouldn't have done that. You can tell he had two pair, but and then I take their money.
Do you lecture them back?
Well, they call me sweetheart or some stupid shit, and then I take my rack and I go, thanks, sweetheart, and I leave and I go to another table.
God.
That's for the money,
so
sweetheart.
good.
Yeah, it does. It does. It makes me feel a little bit of revenge.
Ooh, that's how I feel like with sports. Man,
Yeah.
if I am shooting around and a guy tries to act as though I do not know what I'm doing, I'm like, sir, where'd you play? I'm sorry, what? You weren't recruited? You didn't play anywhere? Are you mad because I could do this in heels too? Yeah. Like, unless you're a professional. Wait, I know those. Don't tell me what to do.
Wait, why are we playing at the same table?
Why are we here? Why are we here right now?
Same table, same
I
limits.
was like, do you want to see my trophies? my trophies prove that I know what I'm talking. But you know what? It's okay. You can be right.
Well, do you think that's necessarily a negative thing, or do you think like guys innately they want to be like the helper and like the teacher, and like does it have to come from?
It
like,
felt condescending.
Yeah. Well, maybe
if it's not condescending,
Right.
if it's just so there actually was this older guy at the poker table that I really respected. Like he was like, I want to be him. Okay.
Yeah.
And he's Filipino. We were talking about the Philippines. We were talking about my dad. He actually has the same name as my dad.
Oh.
And I really liked him. And I raised, I guess, improperly, like, because I'm used to online poker. And
Right.
so on the tables, I guess you're supposed to put your chips out a certain way. And I didn't. And he was like, hey, so the dealer got messed up because I didn't put him out a certain way. And he's like, just so you know, like, this is received as a string bet if you do it like this. Like, you have to stack your chips like this and then push. And I was like, oh shit, I didn't know. Thank you. So that was really helpful. But
tone is
everything.
Because that didn't be like, oh,
like, sweetheart, how did you think
my
that you were
God.
gonna have the winning hand?
like clearly you didn't know what you were doing. Let me tell you,
Stupid little small brain.
I can't believe they let women at this table, but you know.
There are times where you're like, damn, like, thank you, or you're almost asking for help. And I think that's the difference, is like time and place and tone. That's a big thing, because honest mistakes are one thing, but like if you hit me with the sweetie or this, or it's the kind of like trying to punk you. I feel like I deal with more of the men that are like, I'll play you one-on-one.
Yeah.
Why do they want to punk a woman though?
It's because they have small dicks. They're so insecure.
Well, I don't know.
Dude, that kind of reminds me a little bit about the helpful thing. It reminded me of this one time we were at the airport, and this guy, like, we were in the pre-check line, which means you don't have to take off your shoes when you go through the thing. And this one dude, I saw him take off his shoes and he was wearing boots. And then I was like, oh, maybe it's his first time going through pre-check. I don't know. Let me try to like help the guy. Maybe he doesn't know. So I'm like, oh, sir, just so you know, we don't really have to take off our shoes. But I was trying to be really mindful of being as polite as I could, especially with strangers. I am like scared of speaking to strangers. And so anyway, so I tried to tell him politely. And then as he's like picking up his shoes, he's like, yeah, I know these are steel toe boots. And I'm like, okay, I did not know. Apparently you're a pro and you're an expert. And like, sorry, but it was just like, that was so unnecessarily rude.
That's what drives the desire for people to just not talk to strangers, for community to fall apart,
Yeah,
because no one can
exactly.
tell anyone anything. Like,
But do you think that that's how guys think we react? I think some people are genuinely trying to help, and then others are like, clearly we know that's not the intention.
That's how Jess's maintenance man thinks.
Oh, really?
you weren't here for that story, and I don't want to say it again.
Okay.
I definitely
Did you misread the
I
room?
went off.
Oh, you went off.
I went off.
It was a day.
She was wearing steel toe boots.
I was
got
wearing
it.
steel
She
toe
knew
boots.
what she was doing.
Yeah.
All
But
right.
anyway,
You a strong ass independent woman.
I'm
Don't
on
need
a
no
list.
body.
I'm on a list of,
She's on a hit
watch
list
out.
somewhere.
Your pipes are not getting
Two
cleaned.
things. No, but Nikki, that's a really good point that you bring up though, because then I'm pretty sure a lot of men end up feeling that way from women where like, especially because like we're so used to getting that shit
that now we're getting like bitchy back. We're
like maybe sometimes like we'll direct it exactly when they don't deserve it, when it was like the intention wasn't there.
Or it's like built up from all the men that actually mansplained in such a shitty way that like you were each just nice one now is getting the brunt of all of the years of the mansplaining.
I definitely say sorry sometimes when I'm wrong. I'm like, oh, my bad. I was like, look, I did not mean to yell at you, sir, or like flinch at you.
Calm down.
You flinch at people?
Hell yeah, I flinch at people.
I haven't flinched yet, so
I be flinching at people. You gotta be ready. Like,
that's funny.
But I've had weird. I've had weird things happen to me where guys like come up to my window or they bang on my window or like I've had situations.
You're so hot.
Irresistible.
You're trying to not be single no more. You know what? I hit on everybody. I need to stop. I hit on everybody.
I know.
But do you think?
I've never been to Texas.
Nikki, you were played sports, male dominated arena. Now you're in another male dominated arena. You were in a male dominated. I was in a male dominated arena with comedy and poker. It seems like everything I pick is male dominated. JK is male dominated. You know. Do you think that maybe? Yeah, like maybe it gets built up and maybe like we are kind of socialized to be like on guard.
Our tank is full of the mansplaining.
I definitely, from now being in radio and being around the boys. I mean, Tim, Rick, and then I have Greg and Benny. I'm literally just surrounded by men on like 24 hours a day. I would actually say now in this environment, it has caused me to be softer, a lot softer than it was when I was in the club. And I was around other women. I mean, sometimes when you're in that setting, it is a competition and I'm around men at their worst. In a bar, in a club, they're at their worst. I'm dealing with the bottom of the bear. Like, you drunk, you trying to grab a booty.
Yeah, because now you're with dads.
And I'm, true. I'm with dads. But I also noticed getting out of toxic environments, and I'm now around guys, but I catch myself being more feminine than I was before because I'm understanding the energy exchange, like watching men interact with each other and then realizing, oh, this is just how y'all are. And you're not interested in me. Mind you, I'm around men that don't want me. Right. They are taken.
That makes it a little easier to put your guard down.
Yeah. And it's a different experience because I'm not worried about being sexually, I'm not looked at through those lenses. And that makes it easier to kind of go into a softer role. I'm a lot quieter. I feel like I'm way more relaxed. But when the gaze is on and somebody's like, you can feel it.
Yeah.
That's
They're
when
putting it on thick.
That's when the aggression comes out because that's a defense mechanism of physically being harassed by men. So it's almost like the pufferfish method, right?
Yeah.
Like I puff my chest out to let you know, like, don't do that.
And if they get rejected, that's when they start getting all condescending and mansplaining.
So, again, there are times where I need to let that guard down. And that's normally when I'm with people that can protect me. But if not, like, yes, it's going to stay on. It's just a defense mechanism. But I will fuck you up. Don't try me. Don't take that lightly because you just have to be ready. You never know. It's a crazy time. But in the workspace, I would say I get to be a lot more softer. I get to be a lot softer.
That's great.
Yeah, a lot softer.
All right. Well, speaking of
speaking of
blah. Okay. Well,
talking about
having that tank full, like when you're just like flooded with a lot of emotions.
That's me on an often basis. Go ahead.
Yeah, girl. Well, you should check out Talkspace because it's mobile therapy. You can always contact a therapist right from your phone. It's really cool because Talkspace is actually a fraction of the cost of in-person therapy.
It really is.
And instead of waiting for an appointment, you can just send unlimited messages to your therapist 24/7 and they'll engage with you daily, 5 days a week. I wholeheartedly recommend Talkspace for therapy because you always need someone to talk to. It's always really important to let those emotions out and then have them guided through someone that's a professional that can help you work out those issues.
Yeah, not dumping them on your friends all the time. Yeah. That gets exhausting.
So it's really cool because you could sign up online and start therapy the same day that you sign up. You can text, video, or send voice messages to your licensed therapist. So it's incredibly convenient to have virtual sessions from the comfort of your own home. You don't have to drive to the actual office. Talkspace has thousands of licensed therapists with years of experience in over 40 specialties, including depression, anxiety, substance abuse, trauma, anger management, relationship issues, food and eating, and so much more. And they even do couples therapy too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. As a listener of this podcast, you'll get $100 off your first month with Talkspace. To match with a licensed therapist today, go to Talkspace.com. Make sure to use the code MOOD to get $100 off your first month and show your support for the show. That's mood.talkspace.com.
All right, and our next sponsor is Apostrophe, which is a prescription skincare brand. Have you ever had a breakout come like right at the worst time? I feel like every time my period comes, I get the cystic acne coming, and then but like I still want to be cute, and it's just like so annoying because I had never had anything to like help me deal with that monthly issue, because I was just using like over the counter stuff, but that's sometimes not is always the right answer. Well, Apostrophe is a prescription skincare company that offers science-backed oral and topical medications. Sometimes you need like an oral medication in order for it to go through your body, you know, not just something topical.
Like work inside out.
Yeah, inside and out. So they have both. They're clinically proven to help clear acne. Apostrophe will connect you with a board-certified dermatologist who will create a personalized treatment plan that's perfectly tailored to your unique skin. That's another big thing. If you're using an acne treatment that's maybe works for someone else, it doesn't work for your skin. Over-the-counter stuff, it's hit or miss. Simply fill out Apostrophe's online quiz about your skin goals and medical history, then snap a few selfies, and your dermatologist will create your customized treatment plan. We have a special deal for our audience. Save $15 off your first visit with a board-certified dermatologist at apostrophe.com/bigmood when you use our code BIGMOOD. This code is only available to our listeners. To get started, go to apostrophe.com/bigmood, click begin visit, then use our code BIGMOOD at sign up, and you'll get $15 off of your dermatology visit. That's apostrophe.com/bigmood, and use that code BIGMOOD to get your dermatology visit and save $15. We thank Apostrophe for sponsoring this podcast.
Thank you.
Yay.
What's the next one that men get pissed off about men about?
I was kind of surprised on some of these because I felt like I as y'all were talking a little bit, I clicked through a few because I hadn't checked this out previously. But so I was reading and I was like, when men say they are babysitting their own children. Oh. So obviously that pisses off women, right?
Oh, yeah.
But I didn't know that other men recognize other men saying that. So like this list is kind of making me feel positive because I'm like, yes, thank you. Like y'all are saying this is
it's
wrong.
not just
too.
women bitchy.
Yeah.
I was just talking to Steve about this when the dad like stays home with the kids one night and everyone's like, oh my God, what a great dad.
Why are
but it's
they
like the
getting
mom does
a
it
trophy?
every single day. And it's never like, mom's such a great mom. It's like, it's just expected. But dad gets like accolades for it.
Never understood that. I had a stay-at-home dad and my mom weren't. But even my mom sometimes, when other women, see that's the thing too, other women would be like, oh my God, he's always with the baby and cooks. Like, wow,
Just
you're
because
so
you settle
lucky.
for less doesn't mean he's that great.
Right. And that's why when I see some of the, thankfully I'm around a lot of men that are great fathers.
Yeah.
So yeah, totally have heard that.
That should be the baseline. Like,
I
take
get
care
it
of your own
too.
kids.
If like I get it if like the man is working like the entire like he's the sole breadwinner, the woman's not working at all, and so like once in a while she gets the day off and he takes care of the kids after working
How
a
often is
60-hour
that's a
week
total sugar baby situation.
Yeah, exactly. This modern times, both are working full-time jobs.
Yeah.
Man, both parents need pats on the back sometimes. Hey, shout out to the grandparents that be helping out with these kids.
Seriously.
I know they already finished and then they have to start all over.
They like it though. I've been trying to tell
do
my
like
parents, y'all better stay healthy because I'm gonna need a babysitter.
Yeah. I don't know. My mom is not around, so I'm like, I don't think I can do it.
No.
I don't think I can handle it.
Aw.
Yeah.
We'll be there. We'll be the grandma.
No, you won't. You
We'll
won't be there. You won't be there.
I'll go to Texas.
Have a little Texas
Auntie
baby.
Nikki's in town.
Auntie Nikki. Okay, let's see. Guys who behave desperately around women and won't stop hitting on them even when they're clearly not interested.
Thank you.
I'm surprised the guys
Submitted
noticed
this.
that.
Do they step in though?
That's the issue
There
that
we
I
go.
have is they don't go, hey, dude, chill. Some of them do. Some of them do.
Yeah.
Yeah, Steve will. Especially if the woman looks super uncomfortable and harassed.
But Steve will do it in a funny way too, where he disarms the guy. I feel like,
he does.
which is good because he's not a fighter.
Yeah, it's just, it looks pathetic to those guys. Because I've been around guys commenting on like, dude, this guy has no game. Listen to this guy trying to hit on this girl. It's just sad.
Yeah. If I go out and I have a guy friend, I say, look, we leaving. You're my man. We're together. Somebody hits on me,
shit.
let them know
Yeah.
that we're together. So that's like the natural deflection, like, oh, nah, sorry, bro. No, she's good. She's good. Or sometimes you'll see, like, I've seen guys maneuver, like, what about that girl? you know, like like maybe
you see an eye.
Oh wow!
The
They
eyeballs.
like veer them off into the. They're like, look that way.
Yeah, or you know the bartenders, the male bartenders that pay attention and they'll like, hey, you good? Are you okay?
I know, like recently there was a viral story about this bartender that sent like a receipt, supposedly a receipt to a girl, but he actually wrote on it saying something like, "Put your hair up in a ponytail if you want, like if this guy's making you feel uncomfortable."
That's cute.
Yeah.
I like that.
Those spaces again, club life, alcohol, you see people sometimes some know what they're doing and they're being forceful and aggressive, and some are literally like they don't actually have a clue, like they lack that social awareness. Some just don't know. But when the girls, like, again, we don't know how to always
set boundaries,
or sometimes it's like, no, I'm good.
Well, it's kind of scary.
It is.
You don't know what
1000%.
kind of guy you're getting.
Yeah.
And when some guys get rejected, they get very aggressive.
And that's why it's nice when those guys can kind of see a situation, and especially they're literally like the leader of the mood at the bar, or you know, like security guards, or you know, places where you can actually get help. Ladies, don't be afraid to let somebody know that you feel uncomfortable. Like let the security guard know, like, hey, this guy is following me. Or even I've done that before at Target, because I had a guy follow me around the store. Yeah, he followed me around the store and I felt him following me. So I purposely went into the underwear aisle and he went into the underwear aisle as well.
Come on. Gross.
So I knew he was clearly following me. So I let security know. I let one of the employees know. I acted like I was asking for help for something. And I told him, I was like, I think this guy's following me. Can you watch me? I don't feel comfortable. They're like, yeah, not a problem.
Well, actually, loss prevention is watching you on cameras anyway. So.
Yeah. But just kind of like
let them know it all facts, right?
Yeah, like just let you know. That's me being a know-it-all.
Actually,
cameras are on you
all the time. So actually, with that being said, they were watching and they're like, yeah, he is following you. We're going to make sure that security follows you to your car.
Thank God.
Wow. Thank God, because security followed me to the car, and then the guy like ducked off and then came back to my car, and then the security guard came running because he was waiting. He's like, I'm gonna wait.
What was that guy gonna do?
I don't have a clue.
And it was the middle
of the day.
Oh geez.
And it was the middle of the day.
So did he look homeless or normal?
No, he looked like a younger guy.
Ew.
And then he said, I was just trying to ask if you wanted to smoke with me. And I'm like, no.
What?
Like, no. So if you ever feel uncomfortable, like, don't be scared. That's another thing too. We gotta learn, like, let somebody know, because if I didn't tell someone, that I could sound crazy. Like, yes, really, did he really come up to your car in the middle of the day? Like, are you serious?
We're not really believed
a lot.
like
you're not.
That's
so
true.
and the security guard saw it. And actually, because who knows?
Oh my God.
Who
Why
knows
would he
who
come
else?
around so aggressively like that? Like, wait for the
No,
security
I've seen
to leave and
videos
then come back?
of them sneaking into the back seat of people's cars.
Ooh, scary.
Like when the girl goes to return the shopping cart, they get in the car because the door's still unlocked.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Well, my car, when you unlock it, only the driver, like you have to double
That's good.
do it for the other three to
I've
open.
seen some wild videos.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, I hope that girl's still alive.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
geez.
that's why if you feel like somebody's watching you or that uncomfortable, like even winking at the bar, like, yo, what's up? Somebody come.
Yeah.
Yo, somebody. You know what I do too? Because I feel like I've had the not taking the hint. I FaceTime like as many guy friends that I have. I'll be like, somebody pick up this phone. Like I'll FaceTime.
Go
so I
through
have
the list.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I have somebody's male, like a male face. Like I am cared about.
Someone will
cared about me. Okay. Look at this. This man. I got a man face. Get away.
It's like a man face.
It's just like
Guys only care about other guys.
You know what you should have on your phone is a video screen recording of a FaceTime call.
Yeah.
So like, you could just play it.
Right?
And it looks like.
Wait, I've seen that. They have that stuff
In
on
Uber.
TikTok.
Oh, they do?
Yeah,
In
or like the
Uber.
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 stuff.
Oh,
right.
Yeah.
If you feel like your Uber driver's actually stealing you, they have like a recorded thing that you can play.
There you go.
Like, it's like scripted, so you can talk back to it.
Yeah.
Shout out to the guys that acknowledge that
Yeah.
shit is wrong.
There we
Yeah.
go.
So
There's-
help out sometimes.
Yeah, there's predators and heroes.
To be hyper vigilant. Thank God you were aware of your surroundings
I
at
know.
Target.
Thanks,
that's
Dad. No, my
scary.
dad
Yeah.
literally put me up, like, let me know off tops, always to be aware, know my exits, know those things, be able to sense. You got to know if somebody's following your car. Like, it's crazy the amount of things that we just have to know to stay safe.
Oh my God. This morning, Jess was listening. Like the first thing that happened when I woke up this morning, Steve shows me this meme. Like he's laughing in bed and I always get annoyed because I'm like tired and he's
just
laughing
like-
at memes and stuff. And I'm like, what? And then he shows me and it's this like meme script of this like the guy goes, burglar comes up and says, "Give me your wallet," and I bust so and so rounds of ammo in him, and then I realized it would have been cheaper to give him my wallet, and I was like, men are just worried about their wallets when they get pulled up at gunpoint. Like,
they're not worried about the
wow.
booty hole.
What's that like? I'm like, oh, my wallet? Sure, take my wallet.
Clenched up tight. He's
Not scary at all. I'm like, no woman on this planet is worried about her wallet when like a fucking man comes up behind her. That must be nice.
I mean, there are purse snatchers.
Sure.
But most of the time we're like, oh, they're trying to rape me.
I'm like, thank God he only took my purse.
Yeah. Thank God it was just
Take
my
it off.
purse.
It was a knockoff.
And
Joke's
my
on
card
him.
is overdrawn anyways.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. Okay, here's another one. Guys don't like it. Men who think it's unmanly to drink delicious cocktails. Why is it suddenly unmanly to have a sweet tooth when it comes to drinks?
I was just watching How I Met Your Mother, and Marshall was just complaining about that exact same thing. And then every time he tried to get like a girly cocktail, like Lily, his wife, would come in and she'll be like, "Oh, thank you, honey." He's like, "Oh man,
like, I wanted that one.
I had a boyfriend that wouldn't use straws. Because he
Why?
thought it was
What?
too.
I've
It was
seen
not manly.
They don't want to suck on nothing.
They don't eat banana. Oh, the guys that take the
That
banana, they
insecure?
cut the piece of banana off.
Yo, Loki.
Or they chew the popsicle from the side like, they can't put it in their mouth this way.
We can't even eat bananas regularly.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? You better break that banana because that thing come by the mouth.
Oh, I do it on purpose. I peel it in the
straight
kitchen
up
and
like
Steve's
that.
watching
See,
and I'm
that's
like,
sexy. See, again, that's that husband thing. If we go and we all grab bananas and went to the park right now, do you know what that looks like?
We should do that as an experiment. Just all of us go to a park and sit there. We each unpeel the banana and
All
start
slowly
eating it.
and
All slow,
sexually.
yeah.
And just watch who's watching.
And just have a B-roll of the surrounding to see the guys would be like,
They'd be like,
in a line. We're in a
four
line.
girls eating a banana.
like we're all together."
Yeah.
what's that TikTok video where they're like,
Take it, banana.
we're going to do that. We're just eating popsicles and having random pieces
Which
of.
piece of food do guys react to the most when four girls eat?
That's an experiment that
Probably
I'm down
popsicle.
to see.
Because a banana, you have to bite it off. A popsicle, you're sucking on.
Yeah, very true.
I could suck a banana.
I could bite a popsicle.
Oh, wait,
but I don't want
the
to.
first thing I did was, can she suck
I could mush it with my
With your
lips.
teeth?
You got that grandma stuff.
Right, she gumming that thing. Turn that shit into baby
She's
food.
around. I'm like, yeah, I'm sexy.
And then she's like,
The guys are like, oh, look at this.
I'm married. Don't try it.
the nastiest banana is it starts off so sexy. And then what if she doesn't even peel it? She just bites the banana with the peel off.
Starts chewing the peel.
With the peel on?
With the peel on. She's like,
I've been feeling, I don't know, not cougary because it's not like younger guys, but do you feel like since you've been married, like I just don't care anymore? Like if guys are like, ooh, what are you doing? Like I just don't care. I just be living my life. Like a nipple will be a nipple will be
my life all the time.
I'm living my life.
I don't care what it looks like to you.
Yeah. Like I
Living
used
my
to be
life.
very concerned because I don't really like that sexual attention. But now I'm just like, they're not gonna do anything. I'm married. Like he's like around here somewhere probably.
Probably. Maybe, hopefully.
He's at the bar somewhere.
Yeah.
Somewhere, yeah.
Hope he comes back.
So funny.
So what are you doing?
But like I'll change in my car. Like I used to be so like
what?
but now I'm just like I don't give a fuck. They saw a bra, whatever.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm there yet, girl.
She's like, that's a you.
And like because
I'm like-
Steve, I sometimes change in my bedroom with the curtains open, and there's other windows across the parking lot
Oh,
that
you're
they
brave.
could see. And I'm like, oh, so they saw like a little blurry image of half a bra. I don't give a fuck.
It's kind of hot.
No, dude, I'm still so paranoid because in my closet, there's a tiny little window.
I'm sorry, what?
In my closet,
She has
there's
a window in her closet. That's crazy,
That's
right?
a weird place to have
Yeah.
a window.
Yeah.
I thought so too, but it's really nice.
get
It brings
natural
in
light.
Natural
It's
light.
actually,
Yeah.
super cute.
Yeah, but I have my clothes hanger, like it's called a clothes hanger, right? I have it right in front of it, so I have a whole bunch of stuff on it, but I'll still change in the closet, but I get really low where no one can see me outside the window. But it's funny because my neighbor's across the street, and the window that can see inside the closet, it's the window from like the stairs. So it's like,
Oh, they have to be on the stairs.
It's so far away. Like there's no way they could ever see me at all. But I'm always like,
My whole
like
thing,
changing like this.
Tiff, is like, if they get turned on by half a bra from a mile away, good for you.
Oh, you did somebody
for
you did somebody a favor.
You got an erection from a little flash of a bra from that far.
See,
Happy
she's
for
doing it
you.
on purpose now, right? She's trying to get her
Yeah,
good deeds
she's
for
baiting
the
I'm like,
day.
I'm like
Yeah.
changing, like, good for
Yeah.
you.
I think I just get worried, like if someone, like I've seen too many creeper movies where they're like obsessive and like peeping toms and like
yeah.
they become
Like you?
obsessed over time because they've
Yeah,
been
like in
watching
You.
you in the fucking window for months, changing, and then one day they're gonna come get you.
Well, they say there's always one naked neighbor, and if you are the naked
You don't
neighbor,
have
you
one.
don't have one, then it's you.
I guess it's
Probably in the name because I'm the
naked neighbor.
I'm the naked naked neighbor.
Nikki.
I don't like clothes.
I don't like them.
I don't like
Yeah,
them.
but I guess back to the cocktails, I do find myself laughing if a guy's like, "Can I have Mai Tai, please?" You know, I'm like,
You
"What,
do?
you fucking bitch."
You're one of those.
There's more
I don't know
alcohol
why.
in the fufu drinks.
I don't know why, because I know it doesn't make sense, but it is weird to me. But then I'm like, oh no, it's your. I'm like, that's the. I don't know. Is that in like misandry
patriarchy.
or
Yeah.
the patriarchy? Like in my head,
You're judging them.
I do it for a second and then I stop myself. But my initial reaction is to go, bitch. You know, like
I take my whiskey
yeah.
neat.
I drink my tequila straight up. You know, so what are you doing? But yeah,
They're
'cause
delicious, though.
But you remember the French guy that I dated?
Yes.
Like when we would go out to the bar, he would only order fucking girly ass
Like
drinks.
Cosmos.
like the girliest,
The pinkest.
drink. But he was the
Sex on the
best
beach.
sex I had in a long time. So I was.
He was very comfortable with his sexuality.
He was
yeah.
ordering them
So
for him.
I
He
was
like,
so
"Here, baby."
wrong. I was so wrong on that, but
What pissed me off when Steve and I first started dating is because he loves salads. He loves salads. I hate salad.
Yeah, that's weird.
And so I would always order a real meal at the restaurant.
he's like, "Can I get a lasagna?" He's like,
I'll have a salad.
Yeah, but the waiter would always give me the salad. I'm like, I didn't order that bitch food.
send that bird food over to him.
She's there.
That's
He's trying to get shredded. Even the French fries.
Yo, I'm so my
I won't
dad.
judge you on the food.
My dad's a big ass dude. I grew up around big ass men who probably did things on purpose to try to get people to fight them because they were like always looking for a
I
fight.
try to bait you.
Yo, my dad wears pink, was a stay-at-home dad, likes foo-foo, girly drinks, and he was always like, yo, side note, those are the ones that get you wasted more. Like, so be careful when you're ass
You
drinking
can drink them hella
because
fast.
they're sweet, they're easy to drink. He goes, my dad will hold a pina colada in a pink lava little entire thing with 2 pigtails in his hair and be like,
What you gonna do?
does
about
anybody
it?
have anything to say right now? Probably not. So
Yeah.
I'm like, but I would do what you did if I was on a date with a man for the first time and a pina colada or a daiquiri with the whipped cream on
Yep.
top of it showed up. I would ask why. I would have questions.
Isn't that weird? Like you meet a man for the first time and he
Yeah.
orders a drink and it's
I
the
have questions.
bitchiest drink you've
Dude,
ever heard
that,
of on the menu.
That to me is like new. Like I wouldn't even register that at all.
Yeah, me neither. I think I always dated comedians, and so they're just kind of silly anyway.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
I typically don't date silly people, but I
date very serious
yeah, I probably should.
Yeah,
try
you
dating more
should.
silly
Let's,
people.
dabble in it.
Yeah, I'm gonna dabble in silly a little bit more. I think.
I'm a judgy person when I watch people when it comes to food. I'm very
Oh yeah, you got. I mean, Nikki Street Eats. So
Yeah.
like, you're a foodie.
yeah. But again, if you have an explanation or like a story behind it, I'm always gonna ask like, oh, why? Or they'll be like,
I'll give you
what's
a
up with-"
chance.
Right? I'll be
Just
like,
explain
yeah.
yourself.
Like, what's
Yeah,
up with
like,
that?
do you always drink pina coladas? Or-
Right. I'm like,
Dude,
do you-
I'm such a bitch when it comes to alcohol that I would see any cocktail as like, oh man,
That's strong.
You're fucking you're
you're
tough.
crazy.
Tough.
You're crazy. Oh my god.
Cosmo.
But I'd be the first one to get you drunk. I'd be like, oh, that's cute. Drink that daiquiri. Yeah. You want another one? You want a shot? I'm that friend. I'm the shot friend. I'm like,
Like, no, girl.
I'm the
You
shy.
totally
I am. I'm like, it's okay. You're safe with me.
But you know,
I think Tiff stopped drinking after she hung out with
I
you. last time.
legit stopped drinking.
that was the last time.
You're welcome for one of the best days.
That was so fun.
It was so fun.
I had the best time for sure.
And see, I carried her, by the way. I'm
Yeah.
a good friend. I'm not leaving you just in the middle of
No, that
You're
was the best
always
time
good.
ever. But because it was like such a good time that I'm like, I've had my fill for like a decade.
Yeah.
Like, I'm scared.
It's a really good time. I'm a good time.
Do you know what drink looks really pretty, but it'll fuck you up? Is an AMF.
Tokyo Teas,
motherfucker.
AMF.
Yeah. But it's
What's
like
the
it's bright blue.
Adios, motherfucker.
Yeah, and
I
adios,
thought that was
it's
a shot.
basically
No,
it's
it's a
like
blue
basically
dye. Oh, that's Four Horsemen.
it's a Long Island iced tea, so it's
that's-
all the alcohols, but with blue carousel on top instead of Coca-Cola, and it is beautiful and will get you passed out.
But if you're broke, that's a perfect drink.
great.
You only gotta get one
all night.
Just get
Just buy
one.
one.
Shit.
Yeah.
What about LA water?
Oh, that's only at a certain chain, right?
I never heard of that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's almost the same.
Is
it's
it?
like LA water. It's like a type. It's along the Long Island.
It's like more
lines.
gray looking.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
gray looking.
Yeah.
Ew.
But if you ever
I've only
really
had it
strong.
at BJ's brewery.
I like
Oh.
to drink.
I had it at a club once.
Yeah.
It was way too strong. I'm like, "Bleh."
Well, I've been eating a lot of food lately,
Yes.
but it's been getting delivered to my door, and I've been cooking it myself with
Nice.
HelloFresh. HelloFresh is easy and stress-free. I don't have to be a 3-star Michelin chef.
There you go, baby.
3-star Michelin chef to get some good food in my house. It went from being like a bottom basement C-rated restaurant in here to an A-rated restaurant. HelloFresh
A-rated restaurant.
Yeah, A-rated. A-rated. Dude, one time a
You're able
restaurant
to
I
be
worked
cleaner.
at. Yeah. No health hazards in here. Because they're the freshest ingredients and they deliver high quality pre-portioned ingredients too. So you can make meals that are delicious and nutritious. Over 90% of ingredients are sourced directly from farmers to ensure only the freshest produce and proteins are delivered right to your door. It's also flexible for your lifestyle. You can easily change your delivery days and food preferences, and you can skip a week whenever you need. So I like it. My husband likes it. Those are the only two people in this house. The cats don't get any of it because we're greedy.
I have an order coming on Tuesday.
Oh
Actually.
shit, brag about it.
And I'll tell you which one I'm really excited
Are
about.
you getting that
Yeah,
shepherd's
which
pie?
one?
Because oh my god, that
The shepherd's pie was good. I'm trying to eat a little bit healthier now, so I try to choose not like the most crazy ones. But there's this ginger plum chicken that looks hella good. And guess what? Pork katsu. I'm gonna get to make pork katsu. I'm gonna try that. I can't wait.
Get America's #1 meal kit by going to HelloFresh.com/BigMood14 and use code BigMood14 for 14 free meals, including free shipping. Again, go to HelloFresh.com/BigMood14 and use code BigMood14 for 14 free meals, including free shipping.
Yeah.
Totally
a
worth
lot of
it.
meals.
If you need a week off from thinking about groceries and all that bullshit,
Just don't want to think.
just try a couple boxes. It really makes your week easier.
it elevates your lifestyle.
And after you're done eating all that delicious food, you want to take it out of your mouth, right? You want a clean mouth.
Yes, I do want a
Yeah.
clean mouth. What
That's
are you
where-
gonna put in my mouth to help me clean my mouth?
What you should put in your mouth is Bruche, an
what?
electric toothbrush.
Oh, that thing
Bruche.
is bomb.
Yeah, you have it?
I have one, yes.
Oh
and they
my
have
God.
all these different settings. You can go
Yes.
for your daily, the whitening, for your
Exactly.
gums, your tongue. The thing is amazing.
Yeah, so there's 6
Cleans you
unique
out.
modes to customize your brushing
I
experience.
like
to
things with
clean you
different
out.
speeds.
Yeah.
Keep going. I'm listening.
And it's really cool because the brush head behind it has like little bumps in it, and that's what you can use to like clean your tongue too. And
Oh,
there's
okay.
a tongue mode and a gum mode.
Oh.
It's really cool. I really like this toothbrush, and also it's so stylish. It's like aesthetic. It looks so good on your countertop.
You know, millennials love aesthetics.
Yes, it has
Truly.
a magnetic base to charge it,
Cute.
and it comes with a super stylish travel container, like a travel case, and it's really I am a big fan. I really love it, and it's also
changer.
I don't know if they have different colors, but mine's all black.
I got the all black one.
All
too.
black too?
And the battery life is so long. I haven't even had to charge it yet.
That's dope.
Yes, it lasts forever. So it's actually a 4-week battery life.
Jesus.
Yeah, 4 weeks. And they also have a subscription program, so you never forget to change your brush head ever again. Bruche ships you new replacement heads every 6 months, so you're never stuck using a worn down brush head.
I love that.
Bruche's electric toothbrush has a modern, aesthetically pleasing design, comes in seasonal colors. Oh, sorry, there's seasonal colors, but I have the black
that
one.
black one looks good though.
Yeah, and it'll look amazing wherever you take it. So get 15% off your Bruche toothbrush kit and refill plan when you use promo code MOOD at Bruche.com. That's 15% off using promo code MOOD at BRUUSH.com. Once again, go to Bruche.com and use code MOOD for 15% off your Bruche toothbrush kit and refill plan.
Get those teeth clean. But make sure you put it in your mouth before you turn it on.
Yeah, don't.
Because you can turn it on.
Toothpaste goes everywhere. You're only gonna make that mistake one time.
Yeah,
That's true.
that was not fun. Had to clean
Get
my
a facial.
mirror.
Get splattered all of your face. All right, let me see. Let me find another one. There's a ton of them here. I'm trying to pick out of the best one. This one, I'm surprised and that guys notice this, but yeah, if any dude unironically, so on purpose and seriously, uses the term alpha or beta when talking about people, it's a red flag. So I know that we've used those terms, like they're in the lexicon, they're in the conversation, but
I almost used it earlier because I was like, well, they're, men versus men is going to be alpha versus beta.
Yeah.
Like things that annoy each other.
Is there a taking that literature too far type of
maybe
usage of alpha beta?
I would have to hear it in a sentence. Maybe because if you're using it like we're talking about right now, like it's kind of definitively, like definition wise, it's more practical, not like you're putting someone down using it.
Okay.
Like if it's
Like it's just a term that makes
if it's
sense
an
for what
alpha
you're
guy
trying to
being
say.
like, yo, this little beta bitch male, blah, 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 like that, or like a beta guy being like, like, okay, alpha macho, blah blah blah. Like that's a different context.
Do you guys think that alphas and betas exist? Because I've read a lot of things now where people are saying like that doesn't actually exist. Men are a combination of all of it at different times, different times of the day,
People
different
are
times
on
of
a
their life.
spectrum for sure.
But are there outright alphas and outright betas?
Yeah.
In your experience?
I think so.
I think so for sure. There's people that innately want to take charge and have leadership roles, and it has nothing to do with asserting yourself on other males. I think the definitions have gotten skewed to like
that's probably what it is.
Yeah, to be a little bit more toxic, because I feel like alpha gets talked about in a very toxic manner these days, rather than like what it truly is like stepping up to a leadership position, empowering other people around them, and then the beta role is also tarnished because it means you're a little bitch and a little nerd guy. And sometimes the beta role is just being a supportive role. It's just like you're still necessary in a group setting. You're just you're not the one giving commands, you're the ones that's going to deliver the orders, and both are great, but they've gotten skewed.
I can see where they would be annoyed hearing that, like the improper use of it.
Yes.
Almost like when you hear simping, like somebody's a simp, and we're like, first the fuck off, you better
First
be.
of all, I hate that men call each other simps because I'm like, those are the guys I like.
Yeah, but I feel like
Don't
that's
shame them.
Yeah, they skewed it. So I feel like that's like the equivalent of saying like he's a beta, like using like there's these words that they decided amongst each other, like that makes
It's like
you,
just
that
being a
makes you
gentleman
weak.
makes you a simp.
Yeah,
Right.
that's bullshit.
In the girl world, in the women's world, do you think it's like women calling other women a hoe just because she's sexually confident, or like sometimes like you're just jealous of that
that's
person?
a misuse of the
so
word.
people
Yeah,
are
sure.
like, they use it to take down something that they're jealous of.
Right. So I could totally, I see how annoying that could be. You're like, bro, seriously, here goes Tom again talking about how much he's an alpha and he don't do this for his woman, and I don't do that. Like I'm never like. I can see that being extremely annoying because we all know that there's levels, there's layers. We're more than one thing. Like there's moments like if he is an alpha in public and he decides he wants to let his guard down around his woman, that doesn't make him a bitch.
Yeah.
Like, he's at home, like let him live. But I can see how now we're so involved in everybody's lives, we're not only seeing what they want us to see, like we're seeing how they are at home, how they're in relationships. So some of these guys see their friends with girls and be like, oh, he's such a beta, like what a beta bitch, or talk shit about it, and that would piss me off if I was constantly being judged by my friends and my femininity or my masculinity is always in question.
Because it's different depending on who you're around. Like it should be different. You should have a different relationship with your spouse or partner than you do with your buddies that you go play pool with.
Yeah, you wouldn't speak to your grandma the same way you would speak to your husband.
Yeah. Exactly.
That'd be a weird ass conversation with grandma.
Grandma, do you want bananas?
No,
I
Nikki. Stop sucking on those bananas, dude. Mushy ass bananas.
I am eating nothing banana flavored from you.
We did just purchase bananas for crafting
yeah, there are
today.
For crafting.
Yeah.
We're gonna
For crafting.
Crafting.
I swear on everything you said, we're crafting over here. And I was like, we gonna paint.
Which it wouldn't be out of line in this house.
Wouldn't.
I do have a craft corner
And
upstairs.
then there were sausages, and I was like, okay, so are these the snacks?
We're gonna make
sausage?
macaroni necklaces. Yeah.
Why is it called a craft table?
I don't know why.
Was Kraft macaroni and cheese the one who started it?
In the movie sets.
Yeah, so
I
like
don't know.
on set, there's a craft table.
Crafty, yeah.
They call it crafty. It's just like it's just like the little snack table for the people that are filming, and so it's just weird to call it crafty.
I have no idea where that originated.
Okay, I have a question because I got corrected by somebody the other day, by a man who corrected me.
Of course you did.
Because I said it apparently wrong. Is it craft or craft?
Craft.
Correct.
So
You mean a carafe is
thought it was
it's
a carafe.
carafe to pour.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like the thing that wine
Like
is in.
mimosas,
Yeah.
you have a carafe of orange juice.
So
Carafe.
do you always put emphasis on craft when you say it?
Correct.
Wait, what?
Carafe.
When you're
Carafe.
talking about a
Because I've
craft?
said it before, like, can I get a craft? I didn't realize it said, and I said, can I get a craft of tea or something like that? And he's like, so I didn't want to correct
a carafe. I say carafe.
Correct.
Yeah, carafe.
Yeah.
Can I get a carafe? Can I get a carafe of orange juice?
And I never knew.
You just said craft.
So in order
Because
to
you'll just read it, right?
Well, no, I've never read it.
Oh.
Never once have I
just
read
heard
that.
It's not a
You
word.
just-
It's
you
not
heard
a
people
word you
say it,
see.
yeah.
Right, it's
often.
just a word that I've
Written
said.
down.
Yeah.
So he goes, I really don't want to correct you.
That's a nice way to correct
That is
someone.
nice.
You could correct me if you start that
If you
way.
start that way, yeah.
And he goes, I just say this because you talk about food a lot. So here's the definition of the word, and that's how it's spelled. I was like,
And then you're sitting there like,
I've been saying this shit wrong my whole life. So I didn't know if everybody knew that it was said that way.
carafe.
Well, it's confusing at the bar because you get a carafe of wine or mimosas, but then you have craft beer.
Craft cocktails
So
are
craft
different.
cocktails.
They're crafted like by an artisan.
Yeah.
Which is a different word.
of biopic. So David, he kept swearing that
biopic?
biopic was pronounced biopic. Yeah.
Oh.
And then he went into this whole rant about like why it's exactly pronounced that way. And then he read this whole
Biopic.
article. We actually vlogged this on our channel. And this is back when we were camping many years ago. And then everyone in the comments, they were like, I read that exact same article and it explains why it's pronounced biopic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he read it wrong.
Yeah.
what
And
a
like
sweetant.
he was willing to die on that hill.
no.
Like it's
Dude.
biopic.
That's one of those words that like if you've always read it but never heard anyone say it out loud. Because like until I moved to LA, I never heard anyone say biopic out loud.
But then it makes sense too because it's a biographical
Yeah.
Yeah.
picture.
Right.
If you
But-
think
of a
about what
person.
But I don't know if you're just reading.
Yeah,
you know, and you've
I get
never
into
heard it
trouble
out
with
loud.
that a lot because I read way more than I talk.
Yeah.
And so there's been so many words like that I've said and people have laughed at me, but I'm like,
Yeah, me too.
Like, okay, I said pseudonym.
Pseudonym?
Yeah, because the way it's spelled, I always in my head, I had never said it out loud and I've never
Pseudonym?
heard anyone
Yeah,
say it out loud.
Pseudonym? Wait.
It's pseudonym.
Pseudonym.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was like synonym.
Pseudonym.
I'll never
That's
make the
cute.
mistake again. I got everyone on the internet corrected me, but it became a joke after
Yeah.
that. But I just read the word. I never
For me,
said it.
I remember it was really funny on JK News. It would always make fun of me for saying, what was it?
Siblings.
That one.
Yeah. Siblings.
Siblings.
Sibling.
Instead of siblings.
Siblings.
Sibling.
Yeah.
I don't know if I still can't hear the difference.
Say it again.
Sibling.
Yeah, you're right.
Sibling.
No.
No.
That's how I used to say it.
Yeah.
Sibling.
It's just two
Oh,
syllables.
supposedly.
Supposedly.
I used to say supposedly, which by the way,
That's
they
just a
added
lower class
added
thing.
supposedly to the dictionary.
That's
What?
wrong.
Yes.
Oh, wait, that ain't right.
Okay.
They added it to the dictionary.
Okay.
And I
What,
know
Urban
because
Dictionary?
no, like Merriam's or whatever. No, so people kept tweeting me me this when they added it to the dictionary because they all remembered that JP
Is the definition the wrong way to say supposedly?
No, it's the supposedly definition.
It was this petty ass person that got corrected and so made sure that they would get hired at the dictionary.
They're like, I got money and I'm taking it all the way to Webster.
Yeah.
We're getting this in the dictionary.
There are so many words. I grew up in
English is hard.
My dad still speaks pidgin, like
Right.
broken
Okay.
If English is not your first language, you have a pass.
with an accent. Like, yes, it's English, but it's so mixed up with so many other languages that there's times where I have no idea that I said something wrong. And I just know it because I read it. Like, I was like, oh, okay, I've seen the word. And so I'm kind of like the opposite. If I see it, then I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. But if I've never seen the word and you're saying it to me, I'm not here. I'm only hearing.
You're only hearing sounds.
Right.
Yeah.
Craft is a prime example of that because every time I've ever said it or been around people, I've never heard the
little carafe. Yeah.
Never
Because
heard
they
that.
say it so fast. Like, give me a carafe of...
Right.
Yeah.
Correct.
I've never once heard that. And even if I was to say, like, ask my dad, that's the last person to ask because he would be like, yeah, I don't fucking know what that is. Hey, pass that one thing that hold all the juice in it. By the way, my dad's super smart, but just chooses to speak in pidgin all the time. And I pick up on it. So there's times...
You can be smart and hang on to your
people
own
don't
culture.
understand that.
Yeah, so when we talk amongst each other, and I know I'm on the radio in San Francisco, I read things and I get corrected so often because one of my co-hosts was an English major.
Oh, no, those are worse. That's worse than me.
But I lean into it, right?
Yeah.
So seen,
You just gotta play it up.
I seen it. I'm never gonna,
it.
right. I'm never gonna say I saw it. Well, there's times I'll be like, oh yeah, that makes sense. I saw it, or I will naturally say I seen it. And like you said, it is a class thing. It has a lot to do with like where you grew up. And so now I just be like, you already know I done seen it, and I don't know how to spell it, and I don't know what
extra little pieces to it.
because either you lean into
have
it
to.
or you feel embarrassed.
Exactly.
So I have the talk to text. And when I get certain articles sent over to me, one thing I do is because in order for me to pronounce it correctly, I have to hear it. So I'll read something like you, but because I read more than I'm speaking and using that verbiage, I'll have it read to me.
That's good.
So that I can hear it. And once I hear it, I'm not afraid to say the word.
Because I full on said it in my own voice when I'm reading it so many times that I didn't even know
Didn't
that
know.
I was
Believe
saying
that
that.
that's what it is.
Yeah, and the most embarrassing one is that I said a guy got subpoenaed and
What?
subpoenaed? He got subpoenaed.
He got subpoenaed.
I
I was like,
that
yeah, he got subpoenaed.
That sounds
And I was
sexual.
like, no, like he had to go to court. He got subpoenaed, and there people are laughing. I'm like, what? And they're like, he got what? I'm like, he got subpoenaed. I read an article.
That sounds sexual.
It sounds sexual. He got subpoenaed.
I don't know what you're saying. I'm like,
a dom
I'm like,
with
look,
something.
And
the
then
article.
my ass didn't know. I was like, subpoenaed. Is he what? Is he okay?
Is mayonnaise involved?
Could you imagine Nikki conversation? She's like,
Yeah, he got subpoenaed, girl.
I mean,
He right after he used the craft, he got subpoenaed.
yo, is he walking okay? How long was he?
Well, his siblings are, but he's not.
Supposedly, you know what?
Supposedly, it wasn't his fault.
Yeah, the esthetician, the esthetician, right?
The aesthetician.
You know what I'm saying? That one. Man, I hate when people know the word and they know you don't know how to pronounce the word, so they keep
Like, say it
saying the
again.
word. Like, huh? The what?
He did what now?
Dude, even though I'll learn how a new word is properly pronounced after I read it wrong, it's like fucking impossible for me to like rearrange it and like
Because you've already memorized it the wrong way.
yes. I'm like,
Because
fuck.
English is a lot of memorization.
There's
Yes.
a couple of words like that for me too, even though I'm a little.
What?
smarter
I want
than-
I want you to be embarrassed.
I forgot
Be
them.
normal,
It's been
bitch.
so long.
Oh my
It's
God.
been so long since I made a mistake. I can't
my
remember.
embarrassments are so locked in that I relive them so many times. I'm like, it's so embarrassing. Maybe when I'm having a good day, and then it'll be like, remember 5 years ago when in front of everyone
when
you
you
said
said
this?
subpoenaed?
I'm like, I hate myself. I don't deserve to live.
But fellas, ladies and gentlemen, if you know the person that you are trying to correct, you better walk delicately with that person. Because I tell you this, I was like, it's craft. I don't care. I don't know if it's a C or a K. I don't care. It's a CK. I don't care. It's a craft. I was like, who says carafe? Who says cut a raft at a bar? No, I'm asking for a craft. And plus, the only time I use craft is when I'm at Denny's asking for some more water. Can I get a craft of that? Like, they don't know. And then probably the waitress is like, oh, she don't know.
You want to
sure thing, honey.
the pori thing?
Yeah, can I get
Just say a picture.
Can I get a raft, please? Oh no, I'm gonna use that in public. It's gonna be so bad. Somebody's gonna watch this and probably ask me, I need a raft.
A raft. Okay, well, I think actually we're gonna do a whole episode coming up on how to sound smart. That's what I have planned for not
Grammar.
next week, but the week
Help
after.
us.
We're gonna do an episode on how to smell smart.
She's normal. You guys waiting for the moment.
did it.
She delivered.
Yeah. So yes, thank you for watching this episode. Go check out Nikki Street Eats.
Nikki
Yes.
Street
The handle on Instagram.
Yes.
No Chaser,
No
Nikki
Chaser,
Plays.
Nikki
Listen
Play.
to what's the radio station?
Big Mood, shout out 997 in San Francisco or online, Big Bay Mornings. Check me out Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m.
Shoot, I ain't getting up at 6 a.m., but I'll go listen.
You know what? You can listen later.
Listen to the
repeats.
on the internet?
Yes, you
I
can.
would
We have
love
a
to listen to you on the
podcast
internet.
posted up every day after 11.
Nice.
Well, visit our sponsors if you want to support the show. The second best way to support our show is to go leave us a rating on iTunes. Like, just go in,
5-star,
give us some
please.
stars, write a couple words. That helps us out a lot.
Write some words we can spell.
Write some
and
words
read
that-
and pronounce.
Just go write craft, and we'll know you listen to this episode.
And let us know in the comments if there's anything that bothers you.
Yeah.
About-
What do you think about what
I
other
guess
guys
it doesn't
do
have to be
that's
about men, or we were including all genders here. So.
we really were.
Anyways, okay, well, we'll see you next week. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.